Welcome in everyone to RedRaiders.com. I'm Shannon Wilson and this is Zach Long, and today we are going to do part 2 of our Tech schedule preview. Zach, what are the Red Raiders looking for here?
I think when you look at the second half of the schedule, you're looking at Kansas and TCU. Great chance you got to beat Kansas. There's just no excuse for losing them at this point. And you got a chance to go get a good solid road win at TCU. You know, as for KU, they have to show improvement this year under Charlie Weiss. They just weren't very good and they haven't shown many gains at that point in the year. In Lubbock, you got to think Texas Tech has to defend its home field and take care of them. And then TCU, you go up to Fort Worth, you get to see former Texas Tech assistant Sonny Cumbie now part of running their offense. That should be interesting, and that's also going to be a heck of a defense that you're going to face if you're the Texas Tech offense. Great challenge for them, but if you get that road win, that's a great way to propel you into a real tough part of your schedule.
And then we have the two big rivals at home, Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, this is a good time to have a Texas Tech season ticket. When you saw the schedule come out last year, you knew this year you're going to have those two teams at home, and that's why season tickets have sold out and you have so much energy around, because that's 2 consecutive weeks, even though there is a bye week between them, where there's going to be a lot of energy in Lubbock. And I think the best chance for a win out of those two is Texas. Catch Charlie Strong in year 1. They have a lot of talent. I'm not downgrading Texas at all. I just think that's a great chance for Lubbock to build off of that energy right there and have Texas Tech come out of there with a win over Charlie Strong in Texas. As for OU, that's a tough game. But OU has not had much fun in Lubbock. We've seen them lose here many times. OU's offense doesn't scare me. I think Trevor Knight had a great Sugar Bowl against Alabama. I don't think that necessarily means it's going to continue into this year. They have a lot of holes to fill, especially at wide receiver. OU's defense, however, they're scary. A lot of talent. They got people on there 3 deep that could be starting elsewhere in the Big 12 Conference. That is some serious things to deal with right there, but it's a good challenge for Davis Webb in that offense. They could get a win there. I just think it's going to be really tough.
Yes, and then they go off to Ames, Iowa and Baylor.
Yeah, a lovely trip to Ames, Iowa on November 22nd. I'm going to take a guess it might be a tad cold in Ames. It should be fun for all the Tech fans that make the journey up there. And as for Iowa State and their football team, they have to rebuild a lot of stuff this year, but that team plays its butt off for Paul Rhodes. That's a dangerous place to go and play, especially late in November. You don't want to be that team that they use to get that big road win. Tech has to go up there and take care of business and just survive Ames. And then that gets us to Baylor. These two teams and fan bases love each other so much.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
No.
They don't like each other at all. You know, the players have made some comments in the preseason, and with Baylor's rise, of course, they're going to start being hated by a lot other parts of the conference, and I think that's a good natural rivalry right there, and that's going to be a fun game. The scoreboard might get broke in Arlington. These two teams' offenses could score a ton. The key for a win for Texas Tech there is their defense. Has it matured and has it gotten better, and are they healthy at that point in the year, and can they limit Bryce Petty in that offense and let their offense do damage? That's the key to Texas Tech getting a win in that game.
So what are the chances of us seeing a 10-win season?
You know, it's really tough. You can get enthusiastic, you can be around fall camp, you can see the team's energy, and it might be easy for us to get caught up and go, oh yeah, they can get a 10-win season. But I got to remember my inner Don Williams. He always keeps me grounded, and he reminds me of this. That Tech defense has got to be the key this year. They got ripped in the running game in the middle part of that season during that 5-game losing streak. They're the ones that have to improve early and often. And if you see them do really well, say through the Arkansas game, and they've got that momentum built up, yes, Texas Tech could be that team that jumps into the top half of the conference this year and wins 10 games. If that defense is not shored up and maybe Davis Webb has some struggles, you have those injury bugs pop up, Tech might be lucky to get bowl eligible. I think it's that wide of variance. You have a lot of reasons to be positive, but there's also reasons you have to be cautious until you see some things work out.
That will wrap up our look at the Texas Tech schedule. For all your information, keep on to RedRaiders.com. For Zach Long, I'm Shannon Wilson, and this is RedRaiders.com.